Jurassic League issue 5, which is Warren Gideon and Daniel Warren Johnson, with Johnson doing the art, or is it Gideon that's doing the art?
I think it's one Gideon.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was flipping it around. So yeah, I mean, this is always such a quick read. This book, such a simple, straightforward take on things, but they're dinosaurs, which is the, you know.
Yep.
I will say I'm a little disappointed. So there's like Hispanic heritage covers this month, and this has one, and it's a Jessica Cruz cover, which is cool. But I thought it was weird how there was nothing dinosaur-esque on it. I thought, well, surely, because it's like Jessica Cruz with her foot on top of like Sinestro and some other Green Lantern villains. Why not make her foot be on top of like some dinosaur villains or something, just to tie it to the book that it's a variant cover for? I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not ever gonna be mad at Jessica Cruz content.
Of course not. No.
This makes zero sense.
Yeah, it was just like, there's something with dinosaurs. Yeah. Like, maybe I'm sure there's some dinosaurs that were found in Mexico or whatever that you could use as a sort of tangential link. I don't know. Anyway, so Darkseid is on his way to Trimascara, and Wonder Dawn wants to go there, but Super Saw's like, no, I have to stay and protect my homeland with all the humans. So Wonder Dawn flies off on her own, but Batman, or Batsaw, whatever he's called, is also on the way, but he gets turned around because he sees the Joker's Zord, or Joker Zord, kicking around. So he abandons the plan. So poor Wonder Dawn's trying to take on Flying Darkseid on her own. And not going very well, might I add. So So Travis Scara gets attacked by Darkseid. He outright eats one of the Amazons.
Just like an old Harryhausen movie.
Yeah. It's like he's just throwing a skittle in his mouth. He's not even biting her end. He's just like gulp. And it goes. So Wonder Dawn tries to stand her ground. It's kind of a big moment for her, actually. You know, she's kind of like standing there with her bone saw. Bone saw is ready. Sorry. Joker Zard like kidnaps the Robin, the human. It goes running off with him, which pisses off Batsaw, as you'd expect. The big thing of the issue is probably that or Jonathan Kent, if you will, finally shows Super Saw the ship that he arrived in with the hologram message from Jor-El Saurus, whatever you want to call him.
Whatever we're calling him.
Yeah. Who basically says, you I don't know if there's going to be hope where you go, but you'll spread it wherever you do go, and this convinces Super Saw that he should go and help, and he has to. There's a great panel here actually where he turns around and. I mean, I don't know how far Trimascara is meant to be from the mainland, but it looks very close in this panel because he looks over his shoulder and you can see it in the distance across the water. But I guess you could read this as he's using his supervision to see off into the distance.
Yeah.
And that's why it looks so close. Sense. Yeah. So he flies off to help, and Jonathan Kent's like, that boy, go get him, Tiger, kind of thing. But unlucky for him, the big cliffhanger here is that Joker Zard's leading an army of dinosaurs on the humans. So even though it seemed like there was nothing to protect them from, it turns out they're actually under attack from a lot of evil things at the end. So that's a bit of a shame. But you do get a big money-making moment because Batman's on his own coming to like save the humans, which may actually be kind of a fun play on things where Batman gets to save all the human characters and
because he's developed with his Robin, right? The Robin's starting to speak dinosaur a little bit. So he's like, oh, maybe there are, they do, they can help me, or there's like this understanding between them.
And I have to assume that Batman or Batsaw saving all the humans is what's going to kind of form this world's finest relationship, because Superman's probably going to be quite happy about that and sort of respect them because of it.
And I like when Super Saw shows up, makes the classic Superman entrance, and saves Wonder Dawn.
Well, before that though, Wonder Dawn's fighting Darkseid and puts on the armor, which is obviously because it's a Triceratops. It's like this Triceratops armor. So it's a fun little thing. Maybe reminiscent of her gold armor, in terms of modern, or the actual mainline comics.
Fighting Darkseid is a reason that she should be wearing armor, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That checks out.
But yeah. So just as Darkseid might be about to win. Superman does land on him with his feet. And then, she thanks him for coming, and the big reveal here is that along the way, he's collected the rest of the Justice League. Not Batman, obviously, but the rest of them that have been introduced in previous issues. So we get 5 of them together. So it's interesting, though, that Batman, or Bat-Sword, is going to be on his own to try and save the humans, which is going to have that kind of underdog, kind of valiant effort thing, where he has to do it all on his own. So you get him swooping down, and it's a very classic Batman-style panel where he's got his wings out, and he just happens to have dinosaur feet.
Yeah, what I love too is they look up the Kents or the Cave Kents.
Yeah, the build up to it, with the play on the classic Superman lines.
Look up, it's a bird. No, pterodactyl. It's neither. And then it's a bat. So I like that. That was fun.
Yeah. So, yeah. Because part of me was thinking, is Superman returned? Have they already won? And they're on their way back? It doesn't make much sense. But then it's like, it's Batman who's coming to save them. So, no, it's interesting. So, I think I like this idea that it's taking the Justice League of superpowered dinosaurs to take on Darkseid, but all the regular dinosaurs, Batman's going to be a badass and take on his own. It's it's a very Batman-y style of enemy to fight.
Yeah.
So that's fun stuff. Yeah. So it was a quick read.
Yeah.
So it was a super quick read.
For sure.
I don't have any. I don't have a lot of great insights into it, other than it's just a lot of fun, and seeing them play with the various tropes is exciting to see. But it's just a fun time.
Yeah, I had nothing else to add. I did like the progression with Bat-Sword's Robin, him speaking certain dinosaur words. And that, that shows Bat-Sword that, he can be worked with. He's not just this little guy. So, a lot of fun.
Yeah. What are you giving it?
I'm going to give this an 8.
Yeah, I'll agree with the 8. It's just a solid good time.